One of the benefits to using a computer is that you can easily cut, copy, and paste elements so that you don't have to redraw things. This is very handy if you're doing something like an asteroid field. Why draw 5,000 little chunks of rock when you can just draw 2 or 3 and copy and paste them or clone and duplicate them? Now, what I'm going to talk about in this particular lesson is how to cut, copy, and paste, and in another lesson, I'll talk about how to clone and duplicate. Now, what we can do is, in the exposure sheet, for example, I can right-click where it says Head 1, which is this guy's head, and I can choose to copy the cell. Then what I could do is further down in the exposure sheet, I can choose a new cell, and as you see, it jumps to the appropriate frame in the timeline. As it says here, this is cell number 9. And we're on frame number 9, I can right-click, and I can paste that cell. And now I have the head there as well. That's a good way to, play around with your timing in your exposure sheet so you can move things around and add or delete things. So what if you don't really want this head here, or if you have like 20 or 30 of them and you only need like 10? What you can do is you can highlight them and then right-click and then choose to cut that cell. And now that's gone. Likewise, what we can do is we can paste anywhere. We can go over here and paste that cell if we want to. Now, we learned how to cut and to copy and paste. The cool thing about the exposure sheet is that we can drag things right from the exposure sheet into the timeline. So if I want to copy the head into another layer in the timeline, all I have to do is click on it and drag it over all the way to the bottom and let go of the mouse. And then it will be pasted there. So let me go ahead and move this up a little bit so we can see that. Grab that again, and we'll just drag this on down. And now we've brought this into the timeline, and it gives it the appropriate name. This is Head 2, which is brought right on in here. So cutting, copying, and pasting can save you time in the long run when you want to save on resources and you just want to quickly establish a scene instead of having to draw out thousands and thousands of pieces. Just draw a few unique ones and then copy and paste them. In a little while, we'll talk about how to clone and duplicate and what the advantages to those methods are.